Hello. So, why are you wanting to find someone awesome? I love asking this question when I am doing a consultation with a new client. I really think people just assume everybody wants the same thing, that they're at the same spot. We just want somebody to hang out with. We want company, we want intimacy, we want a partnership. But I want to know from you. Tell me, what is it that you really want someone in your life? And honestly, what do you have to give in return? It's one thing to say what you want, it's a whole nother thing to actually think, but why would somebody date you? Well, I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches. And I talk to clients all the time. And lately we've had a huge burst of new singles in our agency saying, hey, I'm not waiting for the world to get in balance again. This is life. I gotta go. I gotta get this happening. I gotta take action. And I gotta do it differently than I used to do it. So my question in asking this is, when people don't understand what they have to offer, or really why they even want a relationship, they tend to surface date, meaning that they tend to just show up. They kind of drain the person dry. They always want from them. They always take what they can get, but they forget to really listen. What is the other person asking of me? What do they want? Do they really just kind of need me to sit still with that and wanting me to just curl up and watch a movie? Maybe that's not my thing, which it is, but maybe that's what they want. And I am always busy doing that. I forget to listen to what they asked for. When you're dating and exploring, it's so important to stop and think, what did they just say? What do they want? Not what my interpretation of what they want is, but what do they actually ask me for? What do they desire? Are they an affectionate person and maybe I'm not affectionate? Are they somebody who says, hey, you know what? I need you to hold my hand so that when we're in public, I feel connected to you. If you're not someone who holds somebody's hand, but your partner wants to hold hands, you should really hold their hand and just figure out a way to become comfortable, even if you have to take a break here and there, because that's a connection. Physical connection is so important. I was actually recently at this amazing sound healing ceremony, which I've never gone to. I've never really been into that. But I have to say, while I was in this ceremony, I kept wanting to reach out to the other people and hold their hand. I felt my palms were hot. I felt this need and pull to just have that connection where our energy could flow between each other. And it really resonated with me to stop and think, we forget the value of hand holding. Years and years ago, I was in a relationship and I wasn't very good at hand holding. And that was probably one of the biggest complaints this person had. And they just said, I wish you would want to hold my hand and hold my hand in public. I didn't realize how uncomfortable it was until the cards were flipped on me. And I was like, wow, I'll never do that again. Denying someone hand holding is actually very uncomfortable and very frustrating for the other person. So just take a moment to see how you are. I know not everybody's into PDA, and there's appropriate PDA to just kind of connect with your partner, and there's gross PDA. So you need to find your balance, but a nice soft touch on the back, a touch on the knee, a touch on the arm, really allows someone to feel good, feel handsome, feel attractive, feel beautiful. But if you don't make any contact, it's difficult. Even when you're out with your friends, a little touch and a little nod goes a long ways. We need human connection. When your person that you're dating is just not having the spark that you're used to and that you think that they would have, look at how you've been talking. Are you talking in a way that you're shouting information at them, or are you talking in a way that you are receiving information? I definitely find people that are very meek and quiet and they get bowled over, and that isn't helping anyone in this communication of building a foundation for a relationship. So you need to find a balance, kind of like that teeter-totter. Maybe you're a generous person and you're really good at planning things, paying for things, scheduling things, coming up with ideas, and the other person is able to just kind of sit back and relax, and that's a great quality. But if the other person says, hey, I have some ideas, it might derail what you were all scheduled to do. You need to listen to that, because that's an opportunity for you to hear what they like. What is it that they want? What can you do to validate what they're saying? We tend to brush over, especially I'm noticing a challenge with this since the pandemic of not having as much social interaction, is that we've been in our head too much. So I'm making this message to you purely to get you out of your head. I was recently messaging with one of my clients who just went on her first first date with a new client who just is so perfect for her. And it's a really great opportunity to find the right person, to break the patterns of her past dating. But she's getting too much in her head because she's been in her head for so many months that it's hard to really think what to do next. And then I talk to clients that have been online dating so much that their guard is up, that when they get a chance to meet one of my incredible clients, they have to work at thinking, oh, this is actually a pre-approved person. This isn't just somebody that is just scrolling through saying, hey, how are you? Not really caring. They're just looking at pictures and moving along. So what happens is we have to start working on shifting our perspective. If the way we've been doing things isn't getting the results we want, then what do we need to do? Make a change, shift that perspective. And what I love about shifting perspective is learning a new way to talk about it. I just had a call, I've had a lot of calls lately, with another client that had been dating this lady, and immediately when he described her to me, I was like, I don't see this going anywhere, but he's enjoying it, so I'm going to let it play out. Well, a little while later, a handful of weeks later, I get the call saying, well, I don't know. Do you think I should still work? It doesn't feel like it's going to go. Oh no, I knew it was going to go flat, because she wasn't really bringing any energy to it, but he was so happy to have new company. He was so happy to hang out with somebody new. So we have to remember, are we getting nurtured? Are you tired after you talk with somebody that you think you should like? Are you tired after you go on a date with somebody that you think you should like because they've got so many great qualities? Or do you leave something and you're so energized? I mean, I have very high energy when I'm really excited, and I know I can overwhelm the best of them. And so sometimes that's too much. And that doesn't mean I'm going to turn down. It's going to make me think I got to spend time with people that can enjoy all that I'm offering. So look at where you're at, where your authenticity is, and actually ask yourself some real hard questions. What do you have to bring to the relationship? What is it that you're looking for? But the real truth is, how are you listening to the person you are dating? If they tell you they have a need, they have a want, they have a desire, talk about it. Have a conversation. Don't just acknowledge and move on, or not acknowledge and move on. Acknowledge and do something. Find a compromise. Find a way to make a connection. Find out what they need to feel more connected to you. We are the reflection of our own childhood and upbringing. Like, we're super affectionate in my family, my children, my friends, my family. We love each other. We're close to each other, but not everybody has that experience. So they will have a different reaction. So you have to look at how you are, what you're willing to be around, and what draws you in. And that is so important, because a lot of people don't even realize how they're projecting themselves until they stop and look at it. And I'm hearing from so many wonderful people that I am just so in love with in my clientele that are just saying, hey, I needed to talk to you to get that pick me up. I needed to get a different perspective. I needed to calm my anxiety, so I called you. And so this is what I get a lot during the day, is to realize that sometimes we're spending time with somebody who just really can't fill up our love cup. Doesn't make that a bad person. That just means that you are speaking a different language. You don't have the same needs. And as much as you want to, you can only shift so much. Somebody might need just more than you can give, or less than you want to be giving. And that's where you have to take a moment to find the rhythm, find the pause, see if they can meet you part way and you can meet part way, or if maybe you are meant to just be friends. This is where you get to take all the knowledge, all the inside feelings, all the exhaustion that we went through with the fog of the pandemic, social distancing, and mask wearing that kept us apart from potential partners, to use it as an opportunity to move forward and really decide, who do you want in your space, but who will you nurture in their space so you can find the love you desire. I am Jacqueline, here to support you, and I want to keep this conversation going, because the world has changed and it's time for us to embrace all the sexy, loving, flirty, fun, and excitement that is possible for you on your quest to find someone that appreciates, values you, and inspires you to step up to the plate just a little bit extra.